That one political party
I know.
affiliated to the governor will win everything, and you people are complaining about Wike. Is this not worse than Wike?
Is it affiliated to the governor? Rufai,
really? So who is the party affiliated to? You don't even know the chairman of the party.
I'm asking now.
It's affiliated to the governor. It's affiliated to the governor. That's the governor's political tool.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, you're just telling me now. I don't know. You're just telling me now.
Oh, that's it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, my goodness.
No. Oh, yes.
So you people too, you people too have become hegemons.
So guys, welcome back to this channel. This one is very funny. This one that you're about to watch now is very funny. It's very, very funny. True, Nigerian are cruise. That is why you don't need to buy yourself in these people's case. You don't need to buy yourself on top of their matter. You just need to watch, entertain yourself, and move on with your life. Because if you take them serious, if you lose. So Rufai is trying to know the reason why APP won in River State local government areas. In fact, APP won in almost all the local government areas. You know, they won. So it's now
that one political party affiliated to the governor will win everything, and you people are complaining about Wike. Is this not worse than Wike?
Is it affiliated to the governor?
Really? So who is the party affiliated to? You don't even know the chairman of the party. It's affiliated to the governor. It's affiliated to the governor. That's the governor's political tool.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, you're just telling me now. I don't know.
Really? Oh, that's it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, my goodness. Oh, so you people too, you people too have become hegemon now that one political party affiliated to the governor will win everything, and you people are complaining about Wike. Is this not worse than Wike?
Is it affiliated to the governor?
Really? This is the most free and fair election that has been conducted in River State, and they are very happy. And I think they did this to support Fubara and try to show Wike that power pass power. So make una not just reason not be new thing. So guys, make una not to talk. Make una just watch this interview and see what happened in that video. Like I said, it is funny. Just have data for watch. But please, if you are new to this channel, just do well to subscribe, like, and also drop a comment below. I'll see you guys in my next video.
That the police have withdrawn their men who allegedly sealed off, the premises of the various local government councils to which new persons have been elected as chairman and who were sworn in yesterday. Because there's a story making the rounds that the Inspector General of Police has given instruction that the police of occupation should vacate those premises. And second, beyond all the details, we all know what the details about the election, are. What lessons do you think we can learn from the process just concluded in River State, where a governor stood up, a godfather, and stood up to federal might and said, well, powers have been given to the state under the Constitution and affirmed by the Supreme Court. What lessons?
Well, first and foremost, I cannot say authoritatively that the policemen have vacated the secretariat, the council secretariat or complexes, but I can tell you for sure that yes, I have information on that they have, but I have not visited those local government councils to ascertain the veracity of what the information at my disposal. But I think they have left, but I cannot say for certain that they have left because I have not visited the councils. But from what I gathered, they have left. Until I visit any of the councils, then I can tell you authoritatively that they have left.
But have you also gathered anything about the council chairman having been sworn in and given their certificates of return? Will go to those secretariats this morning and will be electing without any hindrance. Do you have any information to that effect? It's already past 9 o'clock. If they are going to report for work, they should be on their way.
as at the time I spoke with my local government chairman, I'm talking of Asaritori local government area, as at the time I spoke with him, he said he was already driving into the council premises, secretariat. That was what he said. And that we were going to talk later. And that was how we ended the discussion. So that's why I say, well, because when you say they have vacated all the council secretariat, you're talking of the 23 local government areas. They have left Asalga from my discussion with my council chairman. I don't know if they have left Falga. I don't know if they've left Akroga. I don't know. I have to go or I have to confirm with the local government chairman so that I don't just say what I don't know on air.
Okay, what lessons can we learn from Rivers? The ballot revolution in Rivers State.
Well, fine. We've put an end to the issue of political monstrosity. This is a clear case of the venom of a viper can do nothing to the back of a tortoise. It is not all about being licentious, braggadocious, loquacious. No, they say action speaks louder than words. And this should serve as a lesson to future godfathers that Nigerians are sick and tired of godfatherism in this country. Whether you assisted somebody to ascend a particular height, to achieve a particular height or not, to attain any height in this world, that person will appreciate what you have done for him. But that does not mean or give you the right to go and sleep with the person's wife, so to speak. And that is the problem with godfatherism in this country. To my chagrin, the FCT minister, Wike, was the same person who said, as a sitting governor then, and I have the tape, that what happened in Lagos State in the case of Ambode will never happen in Rivers State. We are talking of the issue of godfatherism, which I call pestilence of godfatherism. He said it was never going to happen in Rivers State, and that he is one man that will never impose a governor or dictate to his successor what to do. That once he's out, if God blesses him and he serves out his tenure, he will go and rest. That was what he said. And again, during the Thanksgiving or reception, so to speak, after he left, shortly after he left office, organized by the state governor, at the instance of the governor of Rivers State, Fubara, he said there that anybody who makes that mistake to look at him as a small boy, that person is doing so at his own peril. He said so. And that the heavens and the earth are definitely with sin. That's why I said it was to my chagrin. I am a little bit surprised that the same person who gave all these warnings, who is seized of all these facts, is the same person who wants to impose the issue of godfatherism in Rivers State.
All right, and okay.
We all human beings revolt at tyranny. And everybody said, no, it is not possible.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for that. Now, I don't know what you think, but two wrongs don't make a right. I'd like you to give us your assessment of the elections over the weekend. Would you classify it as being free, fair, credible, in terms of the way that people voted? Because I know, yes, the people are coming out to speak against godfatherism, and we speak against godfatherism. However, what we've been talking about is having strong institutions and a democracy that works. Is that what played out over the weekend?
Oh, definitely. You know, Rivers people desiderated for democracy. And in fact, that is one major reason why, the governor of Rivers State is having the support, the organic support is having. Because we believe in democracy. And so, when we had that court order instructing the police not to provide services during the election, we laughed, as reckless as it is. But it is obvious that the judge, I'm very sorry to say, was a conflicted fellow. He is. Otherwise, we all know that the court cannot stop an election. If we go by the Electoral Act 8415, it cannot stop an election. So what did the judge do? All he did was to instruct the police not to render services, in order not to maintain law and order, believing that there might be some crisis in the state that might lead to death or one thing or the other, and a state of emergency will be declared. We have a Supreme Court judgment that gave 3 months to state governors to conduct local government elections. Anybody who fails to do so will not be, any state which fails to do so will not be eligible for local government allocations. So the whole essence was to frustrate the whole process, I'm talking of local government election process, so that at the end of October, the time given by the Supreme Court, by which time October 30th, or is it 31st or 30th that the month will end, by the fluctuation of time, 12 midnight, October 30th or 31st, the state will no longer be eligible to have local government elections, allocations. And you know that what that will lead to. It will accumulate in crisis in the local government because there will be frustration in the local government, which will lead to disorder in the state. That was the whole plan. And that's why they say, oh no, the police don't go and secure. Because the court cannot interdict the conduct of local government elections going by the Electoral Act. The court cannot. So police don't, so that there will be crisis.
Okay.
But we thank God, it was crisis-free. No hitches, nothing.
Okay.
The Rivers electorate, the people of Rivers, they conducted themselves in a very civilized manner.
Okay, Mr. Nkotari.
And this is a shame to the police and the Inspector General of Police.
Okay, Mr. Nkotari.
That we do the services of the police. It's a shame that without the police, we conducted a very peaceful election, the most peaceful election in Rivers State. Without the police. Yes, Rufai, I can hear you, but let me finish. Go ahead. Yes.
Okay.
Very well, I can hear you very well, Rufai.
Please, can you tell me how the APP won almost all the seats in the state? I mean, I don't understand. A party that was just cobbled together about a week or two ago won all the seats, almost all the local government seats. It doesn't make sense to me. Is this democracy?
Okay, in fact, yes, Rufai, honestly speaking, I am also in quandary. I think after this interview, I'm going to reach out to the chairman of the APP. I don't even know him, funny enough. I don't even know the chairman of the APP. And I think it's a slight on the part of the governor that a sitting governor, a member of the PDP, lost even in his own ward, lost even in his own unit. It's pathetic that we had that kind of situation. But that is what it is. That is what the SEC has said. That is stated by a letter commission. Like I told you,
so this norm now that one political party. So I deliberately asked you that question because it's a trick question. So this norm now that one political party
I know.
affiliated to the governor will win everything, and you people are complaining about Wike. Is this not worse than Wike?
Is it affiliated to the governor? Rufai,
really? So who is the party affiliated to? You don't even know the chairman of the party.
Asking now.
It's affiliated to the governor. It's affiliated to the governor. That's the governor's political tool.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, you're just telling me now. I don't
really?
Know.
Oh, that's it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, my goodness.
No. Oh, yes.
So you people too, you people too have become hegemons like you are blaming Wike for. Isn't it? Isn't it?
No.
Really?
That is wrong.
Why?
That is wrong.
Why?
Because, yes, that is wrong. Yes, I'll tell you why. Like as I speak, I told you I don't even know the chairman of the party. And you are the one telling me now that the party is affiliated to the governor of Rivers State. I have to do my investigations and my findings before I can speak on that. You are the one just telling me that now.
So it was quick to swear them in 24 hours after the election, and they have no affiliation to him, right?
That is the prerogative of a governor when to swear in the local government.
And he didn't feel sad about his own political party not winning.
Today they are swearing, Rufai, today they are swearing in the commissioner nominees. Today too they are going to swear in commissioner nominees. So what is wrong with that?
Unkotaria, very quickly.
Yes.
Now,
yes, Doc, I can hear you.
Some newspapers are reporting today that the supporters of Minister Wike are heading to the courts to declare what happened on October 5, last Saturday, as illegal and unacceptable. Is your camp worried about that? That this matter is not over. The triumphalism that we saw yesterday our government house at the swearing in may be abbreviated, but the reality that the outcome may be contested in the courts. Are you worried about that? Because in any case, any election process is not over until it is tested in the courts. That has been our experience in Nigeria, isn't it?
Doc, I don't think anybody should be distraught. Because at the end of the day, at the end of every process, it will be subjected to the clinical progresses of the legal lab, from the tribunal to the Supreme Court. It's normal. Even the issue of the validity of the House of Assembly members, I think it's now before the Supreme Court. So nobody should be bothered about that. What we are worried is the issue of crisis. Some people were apprehensive that certain persons might incite crisis, stimulate crisis in the state. And we didn't see that. If you want to ventilate your views, your grievances in court, of course you have the right to so do. And it is welcome. That's the civilized way to approach issues. Very civilized way. So if anybody wants to go to court, fine. You go to court, from High Court to Supreme Court. And whatever the Supreme Court says it is what it is. And there's no problem. After all, we've seen situations where Supreme Court will remove a governor after 8 months. And you only grumble. There's nothing you can do. Your hands are fettered. There's nothing you can do. It happens. In the issue of giving years on Wike, he lost at the tribunal, lost at Court of Appeal, and won at Supreme Court. The issue of what is the Imo State governor, we all knew what happened. We all seized of those facts. So if you're going to court, why not? That's a welcome development. You can go to court. But what anybody will frown on is the issue of crisis. That's all. But you are free to go to court.
When you say crisis, do you mean like the outbreak of violence? Post-election?
Yes, outbreak of violence. Outbreak of violence during, before, during, and after the elections.
All right. Okay, so you said there was no violence, but we hear reports of gunshots being heard. The APC secretariat, there was a bomb scare there. I'd like you to throw more light on that. Then also, in terms of voter turnout, where people feel safe enough to come out, there were also reports that in some centers, there was manual voting when it ought to have been electronic, but people voted manually. In some centers, some result sheets weren't present. Did this happen in the elections over the weekend?
Well, I'm just hearing this for the first time, but even at that, let us assume, without conceding that these things you mentioned happened. Even at the national election, during the gubernatorial and presidential elections, we all saw what happened. We all saw the manual. When some said even was not even working, the electronic was not working, there was even a situation where they said, in fact, the IRF could not work. The IRF that worked for National Assembly members did not work for the presidential during the presidential election. We also saw all sorts of controversies and so on. But so assuming, without considering that those things happen in Rivers State, fine. Then you talk of the turnout of voters. Well, I didn't visit all the polling units to know, but I can tell you that we had large turnout in Asaga. Yes, very large turnout in Asaga, and even in Akoroga, I can speak. Even in Delga. I can't talk of Port Harcourt, I can't talk of Ahoda because I didn't visit those places.
All right.
But if you talk about Salga, that's the local government, we had last turnout.
I hear you when you say that.
Even in Akoroga, last turnout. Okay. Because we all collaborate.
I hear you when you say that, oh, is that a justification that because it happened in other places, so we should just ignore it? Because what we're looking to do is to prosecute even better run elections. I'm just speaking for the people of Rivers State, because at the end of the day, elections should be about the people and not one person, either a godfather or the sitting hijacking the process. That's what we're speaking for this morning. So does that justify the fact that it's done in other places? Does that justify that happening in the States and the elections over the weekend?
Sorry, you're talking of the malfunction?
Yes, the malfunction.
And the
malfunction, the result sheet, some of those things I mentioned that you said that even though you hadn't heard about it, but even in the events that it happened, it happened in other places.
No, but no, it's not. No, please don't misunderstand me. What I'm saying is, these are errors that could happen, even when you have the best of machines. After all, we saw a situation where Jonathan, our former president, President Goodluck Jonathan, Reuben Abati's boss, went to vote, and he had to wait for about an hour or thereabout to stand to be corrected. when the machine malfunctioned. So these are things that could happen. That does not mean we're going to stop the election when there's an alternative. That's the point I'm making. And while we work on improving, we have to improve on our machines. That does, I'm not justifying it, but I say these are things that could just happen. We are even human beings. You get up in the morning, at times you feel strong, and by the time, before you walk to your car, you find out that you're feeling dizzy, you have this headache or something. There's nothing you can do about it.
But what about
I'm not trying to justify. What I'm telling you, these things can just happen.
Mr. Nkataria, so what about the...
Because the CERC chairman said he was prepared. Yes.
Okay, so but what about the building of the APC that was touched, you know, by an explosive? That's number one. Secondly, I would also like to ask, now the center of gravity of the fight has added one more political party, which is the APP now. We're hearing stories that even within the APP, one faction came out all of a sudden and said they are not in support of the APP being used by a tool by the government. I mean, what do you have to say about all of this? Because it's just many dynamics in the
well, first and foremost, exactly, you know. First and foremost, like when you said the APP, like I said, I'm even yet to know the chairman of the APP, on a very serious note. And I'm just hearing this for the first time, that you're even having a faction in APP. But if tomorrow I have to be on this station, I definitely will do my research and tell you the facts. If some persons are saying, no, this is politics. Politics is a concentric circle of conspiracies and articulated interests. If certain persons are saying, no, that we are not part of this, well, they have their reasons. Now, substantiate those reasons and let us look at the sense and the reasonableness in what you're saying.
Is the reason more than money?
That's what we have to look at.
Is the reason more than money? Because God knows how much money has been pumped into the party.
Rufai,
there's a lot of chop-chop now. There's a lot of chop-chop.
You really try to understand the politics of the country and even River State. So if those persons if those persons are protesting because they were not given money, well, they should come out to say, they should be bold enough to say, wait, we are not giving money because we are protesting because we are sidelined. So is that justifiable? That's the question. The conundrum there is that justifiable? If 90% of the is it AP?
You don't even know the party your governor, the Fubara you're supporting, is using. You don't even know the party. You politicians.
Because, like I told you, I am not working with the governor, so I don't need to know. I don't need to know. I'm not working with the governor.
You don't support him over Wike?
That's the truth about it.
You don't support him over Wike? In this fight between him and Wike, who do you stand with?
I support his fight. I support his fight against godfatherism. Yes. And that is not because it's Governor Fubara. It could be any other person. I support his fight against godfatherism. And I say it to you tomorrow. I support against godfatherism. It's not as if I have any personal relationship. No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay,
the fight against godfather, I support you tomorrow. And if tomorrow Governor Fubara wants to be a godfather to another person, we'll all fight against him.
Okay, yes. Thank you very much. But before you go,
yes,
Governor Fubara, having made the point that desperate situations require desperate measures, told the newly elected local government chairman that they should defend the interest of the people of River State. Do you think they will do that, or that now that local councils are going to enjoy the benefits of financial autonomy, they will be focused on something else? Where would the control be? Because just as the APP swept the polls in the local government elections in your state, also in Akwa Ibom, the PDP swept all the polls. In fact, it was 34 over 34 in Akwa Ibom. In Anambra, it is also the same thing. So, Abga dominating also in Anambra. So, you know, is there any hope for the people that the local councils are to serve in this regard? You know, beyond River State. Just general question.
Well, I think we have to revisit our local government laws, especially with respect to the tenure and of the local government chairman and the way they can be removed. I don't believe the State House Assembly should be responsible for removing our local government chairman and so on. No, let the councillors do that. And so we have to stipulate procedures, spell out procedural obligations on how to do it, so that if a local government chairman is not alive to accessibility, those in the local government will know, and they will know how best to remove it. They should be in the best position to know if a local government chairman is alive to responsibility or not, and not just the House of Assembly or a governor of a state who want the man to be a puppet, a pawn, who direct him every month give A to this, every month give B to this. No, that's not what we want. Let the local government councillors be responsible for the removal of a local government chairman, for his impeachment and subsequent removal of a local government chairman. That is my take on that. So I think we have to review the local government council laws.